this floating stuff that come about that you can do now, like 800 pounds of Epsom salt water, or 800 pounds of Epsom salt in the pool, I guess, or whatever it is that you do it. So, there's some crazy things out there that does tend to help. The bad thing is, and I know insurance doesn't cover it all, and that's where we got to step up the fight. We can sit here all night long and talk about the insurance companies and doctors and this and that. Actions speak louder than words. Get on the phone, get on the computer, or get a pen and paper and start writing. Start calling. Start talking to these people. They don't know what these disorders are about. Most of them don't. But I have found, and I've talked to many different doctors and hospitals and doctors' offices and everything else, that if they have a few minutes to spend with you, you can teach them a lot in 10, 15 minutes. And it plants a seed in their head, and they start thinking about it. Then you know what they're going to do? They're going to start researching it, and they're going to start finding answers. It does help. It does help. So, I just don't, I see, Don, I see your comment about injections, and you're right, they are. It's a way, it's a quick, easy buck for the doctor is what it is. They can charge a fortune for it, and you'll feel good for maybe a day or two, and then you're right back again. So, people, please, I'm not a doctor. I'm just an individual with CRPS. Done a lot of research in the last few years, and done a lot of radio shows, been on some, and talked to many, many people with chronic pain disorders. And I'm here to tell you that the injections is one of the biggest waste of money and time that there is for treatment, as far as I'm concerned. So, no, Ronnie, I'm not eating chicken, so don't be asking me. My friend of mine gives me a hard time because he says he can't hear. Well, my headset's hooked up to the computer, which is doing the radio show. Facebook Live is just on my phone, and I have no headset for it, so I can't wear two headsets. So that's the way it is. So if y'all can't hear me, I do apologize. I'm trying to talk as loud as I can without disrupting the whole house. But the injections are not great. If you can get away from them, you're better off. Now, for some of the people that have, all right, thanks, Ronnie, appreciate that. You can hear me. Some of the people that have arthritis and stuff like that, some of these injections do work. But I'm talking about like for CRPS and Lyme disease and fibro and stuff like that. I seen a lady the other day at my daughter's office. She has fibro, and I said this the other day. And she goes, well, maybe I need to tell my doctor. Yeah, you need to tell your doctor. You should have told him a long time ago. Because if you don't tell them the truth, and, some of them don't want to help you, okay? And I know those doctors are out there, but most of them will help you. I know in some states, some of them are really ignorant, and I get that. They're here too. But if you find yourself a good doctor that either knows about the disorder or is willing to learn about the disorder, then you know what? You can do some good. You can really do some good with them. You can teach them. You can share information with them like I do mine. And I get great care, folks. I get great care from my doctors because I'm open with them and honest with them. And I tell them what works and what doesn't work. And this is the first pain management doctor that I've been to, the one I go to now, that has never mentioned the word injection. He's the only one. He said injections don't work. He goes, I ain't even going to go there. When he said that, I about fell out of the chair. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I've never heard this before. And he looked at me and he says, I'm just being honest with you. He goes, I've taught myself everything I know about CRPS, fibromyalgia, and I think it's either Lyme or lupus. I can't remember which one, but he treats those three pretty much. He knows quite a bit about those three. A lot of doctors do care. I mean, they really do. I know some of you are going to disagree with me, and that's fine. I mean, that's your feelings, your opinion. You have all rights to. I believe you feel that way simply because you've had bad experience or experiences with doctors. And I do get that. I do understand it. But you can't blame every doctor for a bad one. I mean, you can't. There's bad doctors here. They're everywhere, and we all know that. Just like there's good people here and there's bad people here. Same thing. Your doctors are the same. There's no difference. But if you tell them the truth and you're honest with them and you talk to them and give them everything they need to know, then I believe they're going to take care of you. And as far as the insurance company goes, there's a lot of ways doctors can word things and trick things, and maybe I shouldn't be saying this on air, but I am, to get things done. They do, they do find ways of doing things. I'm not going to go into details because I don't want to give secrets away, but they do, and it's good. I mean, it is. And it's like Meg says, and I see what you're saying. It is very hard. It's very hard to find good doctors that know about these disorders, and especially for the kids. You're right. You're absolutely right. Finding doctors for kids with these disorders is very, very, very hard. I try helping people find some, and it's very hard to do. Because most pain management doctors that know about these disorders don't treat kids, So, I mean, it is rough. It's very hard. But there is doctors out there that do. You just have to search them and find them. And that's almost a full-time job in itself. I know. I do it. I help people with that. So, it's very hard. But, we need to keep moving, folks. We need to keep going. Don't give in. Never give up. Never give in. Don't let these people beat us. Don't let them drag us down and make us worse. Don't do it. We have enough on our plates. It's very hard to live with this stuff. It's very hard. For a week, I have been, just really down. Really down. I didn't want to live no more. Just because. Not so much because of the pain that I've been going through. It hasn't been that bad. I mean, I could live with it, but it's just it gets us down because we can't do things that we want to do that we used to be able to do. You can't. I wanted to go see Trump yesterday. I know a lot of y'all are not for Donald Trump, but I am and proud of it. And I wanted to go, but my daughter went, and they stood for 6 hours. I can't do that. I can't stand more than 30 minutes. So, I mean, that would have been a nightmare. I could have took my little walker and maybe sit on it, but my fat hind end would have crashed to it, and I've been sitting on the asphalt, so I was better off to stay home. But, we can do a lot from our homes. We can do a lot for being disabled and not being able to get out and do much. We can do a lot right here at our own homes. We can. I'm trying to move my phone a little bit. I'm sorry. We can do a lot of things. There's a lot of things we can do. And Brian has a bunch of letters that he's been sending out to people. And need to keep sending them out. Keep sending them. Keep writing and keep doing it. I'm talking to, I see Meg talking over at Ferocious Fighters. Great bunch of people, and I want to mention them. Her son Patrick has CRPS, and I met them, a month or so ago. And I knew the boy was hurting because I could just look at his look on his face. You can see it. Once you've been around it for a while, you can see it. And what a fighter, man! What a fighter. He's played baseball, done very well. Gets his treatment and has done really well with it. He's had some episodes here recently, I believe, but last I seen he was pushing through. So it's really sad excuse me, when kids have these disorders. I have a friend that her daughter had, I think it's her daughter or her son, one of the other daughter I believe, that has Lyme disease at a young age. It's really frustrating, man. I've got a friend that lives over in the United Kingdom. Her daughter has it, and she's in the hospital, I guess, for the next week for tests. Think about that little girl. Think about Patrick. Think about these little kids that have these disorders, because I'm telling you, it's serious. It's very serious. And it's very, very sad to see young adults, young teenagers be sick like we are. You know? Hey, Patrick playoffs this weekend. He's got a 3.9 GPA this quarter. Way to go, Patrick. Great job, young man. Great job. See, folks, if kids can do it, kids can pull through it. I know they're stronger, and their bodies are younger than ours. But let me tell you something. We don't need to give up. We need to keep pushing, keep fighting. I know it's hard. It does. It gets on your nerves, and it makes your anxiety go through the ceiling. Yes, I'm with y'all. I'm with every one of you. We just when you go to the doctors, the only advice, really, the best advice I can give you is, and I've said this, when you go to the doctors, always make sure you're being truthful with them. Because let me tell you, they got ways of finding out that you're not telling the truth. And you go to the doctor and you lie to them, and they find out, it's going to be a bad day in paradise for you. They can make you or break you, believe me. And they will. They're not shy about it. So always be upfront and honest with them. It's the only way to go. I'm sorry. It's just the only way to be. But, we do need better treatment for CRPS. We need it for all disorders, but tonight is on CRPS mainly. And, we need to keep pushing for it. Like I said a little while ago, there's a new stimulator out. I'm trying to find it. It's I can't remember who's made by now. Anyway, it's out, and it's supposed to really, really be good for RSD or CRPS. That's what it's supposed to be designed for. The only downfall is, and I've said this before when I've talked about it many shows ago, that it is not MRI compatible. So you can't get an MRI with it. You cannot get an MRI with it. The one I have, you can. It's one of the new ones from Medtronic. But people say that you can you don't really always need MRIs. Oh, my wife's in here asking me for something. Yes, yeah. She's my grandson was on here a minute ago. He was saying hi to me. I'm sorry about that, everyone. But I got sidetracked. My wife comes in, and I hate when people sidetrack me because it throws me off, and I never get back on track again. The stimulator. Some people say, well, I won't never need an MRI. Yeah, you never know when you're going to need an MRI. And an MRI is very important to be able to have, in my mind, my opinion. But St. Jude is the one that makes it. I'm sorry. You can try. There's a lot of things you can do, folks. I'm really frustrated because something comes out like this new stimulator, and it's supposedly for CRPS, but yet you can't get MRIs. I mean, why would they even do that? That, to me, that's just stupid. They know people need MRIs or stand a chance of needing an MRI in their lifetime. But I'm going to switch gears just a little bit. I'm going to talk about something different. Bee venom therapy. You people that follow me and listen to me, I'm going to talk about bee venom therapy. Bee venom therapy has been around, I think, the 1800s or before. It's been around for a very, very long time. And I have a very good, dear friend that knows all about bee venom treatment. And we're getting together and going to be doing another show here soon when she can fit it in her schedule. to do another show on bee venom therapy. A lot of people